Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zogi and I'm a Gemini, which is rather good. Zogi the Gemini. So today I am here to talk about the fact that I lost 100 kg and I decided to have reconstructive surgery. If you want to know the tea, if you want to know what happened, if you want to know the ins and outs, then make sure you stay tuned, and whilst you're there, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Now let's get into the video. So I'm going to do the video a little bit different because we're talking about my body. Let me stand up and kind of show you guys what it's saying. This is probably the only video I'm ever going to make standing up. So I'm like, yeah, look at my body. And you go, ah, but okay, cool. I just felt like it made sense, you know what I mean? But anyways, so I lost 100 kg and I decided to fly to the Dominican Republic to have reconstructive surgery. As you guys know, my highest weight was around 210 kg, 215 kg, it varied, yeah? And one thing about me, and I've documented this, so this is not even just me talking, especially if you're like a new subscriber, I've loved myself at every single stage. I loved myself at 210 kg, I loved myself at 100 kg, I loved myself at 115 kg, 160, 70, 80, because one thing I realized and one thing I stand 10 toes on, if you don't love yourself, then you are never going to love yourself and you're never going to like the body you're in. Even though I loved myself at 210 kg, I didn't love my body. Right? And I knew work needed to be done. That's when I say work, I mean like I needed to lose weight. I never knew I was actually going to get to the stage where I would be technically comfortable enough and confident enough that, you know what, I've reached a stage that I'm kind of happy to be in for the rest of my life. It's time to get this excess skin removed. I never thought I would get there, but I got there. So anyways, I told you guys in my previous video or previous videos, I was in Nigeria and I had that tendency of playing with my excess skin. I used to pull my arms, like the excess skin around my belly, my arms, like play with it. I'm going to include some videos here of the kind of excess skin I had. Actually crazy. What is it? His head will be not. It doesn't show the magnitude of it, but it gives you guys an insight to how it was. So anyways, I decided, you know what, I've done the work. I saw reconstructive surgery as righting my wrongs. And I've always loved and respected myself, no matter what size I was. But I knew that long term, I couldn't stay that size for multiple reasons. Did that stop me from living life? No. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, I was still living life. No matter how big I was, no matter what size I've been, I was giving you guys try and haul. I was even giving you guys lingerie. Do you know how much? Right, the way I actually love how I am. Guys, I was doing lingerie try and hauls at 200 kg. That doesn't mean you can't, because I did, right? That's a little insight to my mentality. I was like, this is my body, and I love it till I want to make changes. If I want to make changes, and I love myself through the journey. So anyways, I got to a bit where, okay, the excess skin had gathered. As you can imagine, the average human being probably won't even get past 140 kg in their life. having been 210, 215, losing 100, I'm like, okay, cool, the damage has been done. Now it's time to right my wrongs. The first right my wrongs was to actually lose the weight. The second is to get the excess skin removed. Now, I had started doing more research here. Initially, I was looking at Turkey, but I was scared because I don't want like a particular body. Like, I didn't know if they were able to do what I wanted, because the key thing is here, when it comes to reconstructive surgery, let me actually clarify that first. Reconstructive surgery is surgery when doctors need to piece the body back together, whether that's through an accident, whether that's a burn, whether that's through an injury. And in my case, after losing 100 kg, essentially because my body had quote unquote melted, do you get what I mean? I almost in some ways lost the actual structure of how my body was. In terms of clothing, you guys wouldn't see the element, no, the extent of my excess skin when I was clothed, but when I wasn't clothed, as you saw with my arms and my belly, my back and all of that, there was a lot to deal with. So I needed a doctor, yeah, that was able to actually do reconstructive surgery where you take all the excess skin and also body contouring, because okay, you can remove the skin, but I didn't want to just look like a slimmed down version of my biggest self. Do you get what I mean? I wanted to look how I've always wanted to look. So, done further research, I spoke to him, contacted his clinic, and they basically said, oh, you know, the whole consultation, and then listed out the things that I would need to basically do the excess skin removal. So, within a couple weeks, yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. And the nerve that was going through my body, I said, Lord God, no. I wasn't, you know when it's like, I wasn't scared, yeah, but I just didn't know what will happen. I didn't know how I would look because I was so used to seeing what I saw in the mirror. I've never at one point hated my body, but I knew I could do more. Do you get what I mean? I knew once the excess skin was removed, when we sorted out my arm, when we take the belly, I just knew that something, I just knew there was a shape in there. Because sometimes what I'll do, yeah, I'll grab my belly, that's how much excess skin I had. I'll grab my belly and I'll look, I'll be like, okay, this is how my belly's gonna look, this is how my bum and my thighs is gonna look. Or then I'll do that here, like I'll grab the belly and push it, yeah, and be like, okay, this is how my waist is gonna look. And then what I'll do with the excess fat on my arm, I'll push it back and be like, okay, yeah, this is how my arm is gonna look. So I knew like how I wanted to look, but I didn't know after doing the procedure what it would look like. So anyways, spoke with him, decided this is what I want to do. The next thing was money. All together, yeah, including a recovery house, flights, the surgery itself, other things that popped up along the way, because things will pop up along the way. Things, the additional cost that you never thought would happen, especially also post-op. I was like, okay, this is reaching nearly $20,000. I don't have $20,000, right? So at that point, I was like, it's time for me to do something I've never done, right? You guys know I'm the youngest in my household, and I've got 4 siblings. I've got mom, dad, cousins, And even down to when I was in uni, I've never asked anyone for money. I've never asked to borrow, no matter what, whether I had a job or not have a job, So I basically said to my family, obviously, I know that you guys, there's no obligation, but if you can help towards it, then I would really appreciate it. Do you get what I mean? And what happened, yeah, and the time frame as to when it happened and how fast it happened has made me have a love for my family that is like, I can't even explain. I've always loved my brothers and my sister, like my brothers, yeah, and sister, and my mum and dad, yeah, blood, yeah, do you know what I mean? We're till death do us part. But you know, like when you need someone, the first time where I've ever needed them for something, I've never necessarily needed, like not to my memory, that I really needed people, I needed their help here. But even when I brought it to my family, everyone was just like, we are so proud that you've been able to lose the weight you've lost, and we all knew that you were going to have a lot of excess skin, and we've all seen the excess skin. Guys, you see that figure, that nearly $20,000? My people then, my family then, within 2 weeks, that was secured. I wouldn't say 2 weeks, and it's not that anyone in my family is that wealthy, yeah, but it's just like, even people, like, even if someone parts £100, like, you don't owe me that money. Do you know what I mean? Talk less of thousands of pounds, and no one in my family, it's only my nuclear family, yeah? I didn't ask cousins or whatever. Nuclear family, and no one made me feel like I was begging. Do you know what I mean? No one made me feel a certain type of way. Everyone was just like, you know, even one of my brothers was like, I beg, your 30th birthday is coming. Oh, yeah, take this. This is also your 30th birthday. I said, cool. Do you know what I mean? So once the money was secured, I was like, I don't know, I think the money being secured and the fact that I didn't have to borrow from one, no, I didn't borrow it from my family, they gave it to me. But two, the fact that it was given to me in such a short amount of time, yeah, I thought it was going to take a couple months at least. Do you know what I mean? But with the time frame it took, I was like, I think this is meant to happen. So anyways, I took myself to the, okay, not just me, my sister came with me. Love my sister down. My sister came with me, and yeah, so in terms of what I actually got done, the like ins and outs of the surgery, I actually vlogged everything in terms of even leaving the UK, when I was in DR, how it was, but that's on my Patreon, right? So if you want to know the, really, you know, I say ins and out, this is the in and out, can we agree? But if you want to know the granular, if you want to know down, if you want to know everything, if you want to know everything, if you want to really know, like, and ask additional questions, like, if you have a lot of questions anyways, then that's on my Patreon. That video is there. So if you haven't subscribed to my Patreon, it's a small community. I even said to myself, if it's just 10 of us, it's okay. I don't remember, like, it's just a small community where I can really, like, because I never want to make my YouTube where I'm pumping just one particular thing. I've never done that. I'm always like trying to like balance out the information. But with Patreon, it allows me to go on and on about particular subjects. If you guys want to hear, I'll tell you about it. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to YouTube. Some people, they're just living their life. What's their business? Me telling them about reconstructive surgery again and again and again. They say, Zogie, don't do, If every day you must talk about this is your thing that you done. The same I kind of just, do you know what I mean? I just try to keep what I put out there just genuinely balanced for everyone. Do you know what I mean? But if you want to know the specifics, not the specifics, the really granular information and actually how it was India and things that I did face when I was there, then subscribe to my Patreon. But anyways, okay, cool. So now I'm going to talk about what I actually got done to my body. So with excess skin removal, yeah, excess skin removal / reconstructive surgery, they essentially have to take a lot of skin and they have to reconstruct the body. Do you know what I mean? So they're taking away, because by the time you take away excess skin, you are throwing off the balance of the body. So you then need to be able to contour the body back to some type of normality. Does that make sense? So anyways, I want to show you guys my arms. My arms, I used to be able to do like, and the arm will be shaking. I will even include a different video. The arm will be shaking. So I had an arm lift. That's the first thing. Well, I don't know what order they got it done. They done it in the theatre, but arm lift, and I also got a back lift. Now, back lift is low-key exclusive to people who have had a lot of weight loss, because all the rolls and the fats that kind of bunch up and the excess skin, your average person that loses that 20 kg, 15 kg, you're probably never going to need that. But when you start going past the threshold of 45 kg, potentially. So they basically gave me a bra line lift. So all the fat that was around my bra line, if you can see here, they removed it. Before, I used to have fat, like I actually had more excess fat around my bra, this area underneath my arms than actual breast. So my breast has looked smaller, but that's because the fat, the excess fat and skin has been removed. So yeah, a bra line lift, and then, guys, I'm getting to a bit where I'm running out of breath, I beg. I don't usually stand and talk for this long. But yeah, then I got extended tummy tuck. So a tummy tuck is from hair to hair. right? So extended tummy tuck is from hair to hair. So yeah, I think, can I feel it? Yeah, hair. This is where it stops, yeah, and it goes all the way to the other side. And then still on the stomach, they done muscle repair, because with that weight I had stretched out the internal muscles, so they have to basically pull the muscles together and sew it. Also on this section, I got 360 lipo. Now, when they're doing a tuck, you can get 360 lipo without doing a tuck. But with reconstructive surgery, it's even more important because there's so much skin to remove, they need to suck out all the fat. Does that make sense? It's almost like deflating the skin even further, because obviously weight loss, you can't spot fat reduce, so fat had been lost everywhere. So they had sucked all the excess fat in my midsection, as we can see here, all the way to my back. Sorry guys, my battery decided to die. But yeah, so I got the bra, where was I think, yeah, the 360 lipo, where they take all the excess fat away, and then they went in with the tuck. They done the back tuck, the arm lift, and the extended tummy tuck. And on the belly, as I said, muscle repair. And they also done vasa lipo, which I think is when they liquidize or tighten the skin. Oh, please, I think I'm going to leave it down below because I don't want to give any misinformation. But yeah, I also got vasa lipo. So yeah, so this is how my body looks at 7 weeks. I'm happy that the journey is over. The journey is done. Obviously now I'm doing like post-op and stuff, but in terms of like, you can imagine, I've been excessively big, yeah, since I was like 3, since I was young. So when I go to doctors, when I'm talking to aunties, everyone, it was always a weight loss journey, weight loss journey, weight loss journey. Oh, you need to change, you need to do this, you need to do this. Now I'm at a stage where me like what me say. I don't need to do nothing. Now I just need to maintain. Do you know what I mean? I still want to lose maybe 8 kg by the end of the year, but nothing too drastic. We're not in a case where I'm like, I need to lose 30 kg by this month. I need to do this. I beg. The journey has ended. Now I can actually live life. And I'm so happy, and I've strategically done this surgery before my 30th. I really wanted to be able to walk into my 30th and say, yeah, I'm happy I've done what I needed to do. I can tell 16-year-old Zogie that, bitch, we done it. We done it. We done it. All the things that you wanted to wear, I told you guys back in the day, I always wanted to be able to wear Primark. You know the stripy top? And them times, Primark used to only go up to size 18. And I was like, I hope one day I'm able to get into it. Do you get what I mean? In fact, I can remember the emotion. I can remember the one. You know when you want something bad? You know when you proper want something, yeah? And you can't have it at that time. But being able to tell her, and it's weird because it's like, obviously it's like a past version, it's a younger version of myself. But being able to in some way, like, heal that inner child and be like, yeah, I can step into the shops now and grab something. I can literally walk into the shops now and say, okay, cool, do you have a size up? I could never before say, let me go size up, let me go size down. Before I was the biggest size of everything, I beg. I was wearing 32, I was the biggest size of everything. But knowing that, and I'm able to tell the younger version of myself, I've done it for me. I've done it for myself. As I told you guys, and you guys know from my channel, at every stage, I've always loved myself. I haven't always loved my body, but I've loved myself because I'm an entity. I am more than my body. I am more than my race. I am more than my gender. I'm more than my ethnicity. I'm more. Right? I'm more than my height. I'm a combination of key components, some bad characteristics that combine and it makes me Zogie. Do you know what I mean? But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, let me know down below. Now, as I told you guys, and you guys know about me, I don't like overloading my channel about like too many things at one time. Whether it's like men, how I'm feeling, traveling, So I would make follow-up videos, but if you really want to know questions and you want to speak on a one-to-one, sign up to my Patreon. There we can go back and forth. You know what I mean? If there's enough questions that repeat themselves, I don't mind doing like a not frequently asked, but like answering your questions on YouTube. But if you want like more granular information, if you want to see the vlog of the actual surgery in Dominican Republic when I was breaking down the cost at that time, then that's all going to be on my Patreon. And if you just want to be part of the community, obviously I know this is the community, this is a family. You know how it's like, so you know we're a family, yeah, the online family. But you know how like families, like cousins, uncles, you got the drunken uncle, you got the wicked auntie, because there's some wicked people that watch me. But you know how even within the wider family, you have like a small set of the cousins that you love, your sisters, your brothers. That's essentially what Patreon is, you know what I mean? Just like a smaller set. I love you guys because you guys are my family, but then there's a smaller community, so over on Patreon, if you want to know, the link is down below. But thank you so much for watching the video. If enough questions get asked again and again, I will come back on here and answer them. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching the video. Stay tuned for my birthday vlog. Stay tuned for my photo shoot. Stay tuned from the behind the scenes. I have a video coming out where I'm just like reintroducing ZOGIE'S the Gemini, because I need that. I need that. You get it? Anyway, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.